Welcome back, students. We will further continue with the chapter of French Revolution. In the earlier part, I told you about how France was under Louis XVI in depth and many other points which we had discussed, the food crisis, subsistence crisis. So these were the causes. Now we will see the next cause, the rise of philosophers or the role of philosophers to bring about revolution in France. So philosophers had a very strong role to bring about the revolution in France. So we have to study about them in details. So let's see to it. The philosophy, the ideas which brought about the revolution in France was brought about was done by some of the philosophers. These ideas envisaged a society. The ideas brought freedom, equal rights or equal laws, opportunities for all. These were the demand of the people of France. But who actually inculcate these ideas in the minds of the people of France, that a society should be based on freedom and equal laws, and opportunities should be given to all individual of France, all the citizen of France, equal opportunities should be given. These were the demands of the public. But who brought about these ideas? They were put forward by some philosophers. Okay, so the philosophers such as John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Rousseau wrote a book also. The name of the book was Two Treatises of Government. You have to remember the name of the philosophers and the books they had written and what ideas they had given to the public of France. So this part is very important. Now the next philosopher was Locke, John Locke. He also brought the idea, or you can say that he opposed. Refute means opposed. He opposed the doctrine. Doctrine means the philosophy or the system which was followed by the people of France from time immemorial, that the king is the representative of God on earth and he is absolute. I told you earlier also. So this idea Locke refused. Locke said that the king has no such divine right. He is not absolute. So he refuted the doctrine of the divine and absolute right of the monarch. Rousseau further carried the idea forward and he proposed that if the king is not divine and absolute, then a form of government should replace the king. A form of government should be based on social contract. Now you have to understand what is the meaning of social contract. Social contract, this word I have underlined twice because this is very important. Social contract means people of France or the public should make a contract whereby they will decide that which government or how the government should be formed. So people's decision will be the final decision. This is the meaning of social contract. The public will come under a contract to make a government and that government will administer the whole country. So this should be done between the people and the representative. A contract should be made between the people and their representatives. Means the representatives they will choose and the public of France will choose the representatives. They together will make a contract and form a government. This is called social contract, which Rousseau had proposed. So here again we are realizing that the absolute and divine right of the king has been made aside and it is decided that a representative government should come into force. Next you can see another book. The name of the book, Spirit of the Laws. It is written by another philosopher called Montesquieu. Montesquieu had written the book Spirit of Laws, and he proposed, which is very important, nowadays all the governments mostly of different countries of the world are following this pattern of Montesquieu. What is that? Let me tell you now. Montesquieu proposed division of power. Power should be divided. We had seen in our country also power is divided between the legislature, executive and judiciary. These three organs of the government have distinct powers. No one interferes in other institutions' power. Like executive will never interfere in the judiciary, judiciary will never interfere in legislature. So legislature, executive and judiciary, they have their distinct powers and it should be separated. All the powers if is given to one hand, then that person, if gets legislative, executive, judicial power, he can become a dictator. Like the monarchs, they had all the powers, legislative, executive and judicial power in the hands of the monarch, made them absolute, and they never listened to the public. Thus, it is decided by Montesquieu that all the powers must not be concentrated at one hand, rather that should be divided. This is called division of power. So it is very important today whatever you have learned from these philosophers, because their ideas till now all the countries are following in one form or the other. So this idea of the philosophers enlightened the mass of France to have a revolt or revolution in France to refute the monarch and his absolute power, which ultimately led to the French Revolution.